Hi guys, what's up? Today we are talking about the things we are doing that are killing our marriages. So if you're new on this channel, you're welcome. My name is Victory, but you can call me His Beautiful Gem. On this channel, we talk about everything that has to do with love, relationship, marriage, and romance, and how we can actually make ourselves happy through our relationships. Today we're talking about how to save our marriages and the things we do that kill our marriages. Now, one thing about marriage is a very beautiful thing. I can tell you, if you're not yet married and you're watching this video, I want to tell you that marriage is a very beautiful thing, and it's one of the best things that God gave to us. Lately, people have been misusing marriages. Like, we have so many persons that maybe they were not lucky in their first or second or third marriage, but ended up getting married to the right person later. Is a different thing. But we have so many persons that go into marriage with the wrong motive, with the wrong thing in mind. Please do not be part of those persons, because you are actually trying to, spoil this good and lovely institution called marriage. Number one is avoiding conflict entirely. No marriage is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Marriage is the union of two imperfect persons. And have it in your mind that once in a while you are going to disagree. Once in a while you're going to have little conflict. You're going to have little issues. That is not the problem. But where the problem lies is when you try to pretend like everything is okay. You try to pretend, try to sweep it under the rug, and you be like, okay, let's just forget about it. No. One thing about conflict is that you need to resolve it. You need to sit down and talk about it. Yes. And the disadvantage of not talking about your conflict, of not trying to resolve it, or come to an agreement later on, is that as you keep piling it up, you keep sweeping it under the rug, you keep pretending, one day it is going to explode. Either you or your husband, one person will end up exploding, and at that point it might bring resentment. You might end up resenting your partner, or it will get to a point where you cannot resolve it anymore. So please do not avoid conflict. When conflict comes, sit down with your partner, discuss it, talk about it. How do you feel? You talk about how you feel. You ask your partner, how do you feel? Your partner will say, okay, I feel this way. You say, okay, I feel this way. You say, okay, how should we have done this? How should we have not done it? How should we have reacted? No, I reacted wrongly. I'm sorry. Next time I'll react this other way. That is how it is supposed to be. Not like you just throw it under the bus and everybody moves, and then you try to pretend and laugh it off. No, one day it is going to explode. So that is mistake number one. Mistake number two is when you stop being intimate with your spouse. It doesn't matter how long you're married, whether you're married for 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, intimacy is like one of the foundations of a marriage. If you stop being intimate with your spouse, you end up seeing yourselves as roommates, like flatmates. You're sharing the same flat or you're sharing the same room. No, never you let your marriage to get to that point. And also, please, never you use sex as a weapon, a bargaining tool, or as a punishment. Don't say, okay, I want, maybe as a lady, your man wants money, and you be like, oh baby, if you don't give me, your man wants sex, and you say, oh baby, if you don't give me so amount, no sex for you today. If you don't do this one, no sex for you today. Even as a man, no matter what your wife does, no matter what your husband does, make sure that you never use sex as a way of punishing him or her. Please, because you're going to end up destroying your marriage. Make sure that you don't withdraw affection, you don't withdraw physical touch and physical closeness, because these things are the bedrock of marriage. So if you do these things, you know that you are killing your marriage. So please avoid them. Number three is hiding things from a spouse. Now, marriage thrives on transparency. Marriage thrives on honesty. When you're open to your spouse, when you don't hide things from them, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter who it is. Whether you're friends, you don't hide your friends from your spouse. Your feelings, the way you feel, if you feel bad, maybe he or she did something and you feel bad, or you feel happy, do not hide. Always try to express it to your spouse. And then the last one is money. This one actually causes so much problem in the marriage. Why would you be hiding your money from your spouse? Especially if your spouse is a responsible person. There is no need to hide your money from your spouse. Marriage thrives with transparency, like I said earlier. Do not hide things from your spouse. Even your phone, I see no reason why your spouse will not have a password. Yes. People usually say, I need to have my privacy. My dear, if you want privacy, you will not get married. If you want privacy, you will stay single. So make sure that you are open. Make sure you're transparent with your spouse. Number 4 is prioritizing everything else except your husband or your wife. Now, one mistake that people do a lot, especially ladies, is when we start giving birth, we tend to forget that we have a husband. We tend to put everything into our children, into the business, into our career. No. Me, I used to say it. I used to tell myself that is it that business, is it that deal that will make me not to prioritize my marriage? I don't want it. Because sometimes we end up chasing things that are not, that important. And then we forget about the things that are very, very important. Sometimes we, get so carried away into building our career or raising children or being, achieving a lot in life that we forget the most important thing, which is family. The thing that will be there for you when every other thing is gone. When your children grows up and get married, when you get to a point where you retire and leave your career or you hand over the business, you forget that it is family, your husband, your wife that will still be there for you at your old age. So please, let us not neglect our marriages. Let us put so much into, let us build our marriage. Let us lay so much foundation into our marriage, because it is still us that will enjoy it later on. The last one is comparing our spouses with other persons, or you compare them to other persons. Like, this is the worst of them all. Why would you want to make your spouse feel less of himself or herself by trying to say, look at this other person is looking good, look at this other person has more money, this person is prettier, this person is sexier, or whatever? Why would you do that? Why would you want to make your spouse to look, feel down, feel downgraded, feel inferior to someone else? Why? If there is someone else outside that you see, that you like the way he or she looks or the way he or she does things, you can gradually, put in words, like, try to help your wife to, for example, if you want her to look fit or what, you can, okay, honey, let's go to the gym. I would like to go to the gym. I'd like you to come with me. We'll go every weekend. You go to the gym with your wife. If you want her to, start dieting or whatever, you get those things for her gradually. You don't make her feel less of herself or less of himself because you are admiring someone else out there. It doesn't work that way. Please, if there is something you see in another person, if maybe there's another lady out there or another man out there that is more outspoken, that is more confident, you can teach your spouse to be better without comparing them to someone else, without making them feel less of themselves. Please, let us by all means avoid these 5 things that kill our marriages. That's if you want to save your marriage. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Do well to like, comment, share and subscribe so you don't miss out on our subsequent posts. See you on the next one. Bye.